Mit dem Trinkvogel.
Until finally, the entire second floor of CHIIKAWA Park was completely custom, exclusive, never before seen.
Das wird wieder teuer.
Sozialer Entzug. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß.
Hallo Leute, mein Name ist Sozialentzug und ja, dieses Video sollte ursprünglich eigentlich im Reaktionsstream noch reagiert werden. Daraus wurde allerdings nichts mehr, da VR-Chat gesagt hat, nö. Auf jeden Fall reagieren wir jetzt noch vor der ersten Vorreaktion drauf und heute habe ich auch einen ziemlich knappen Plan. Also schätze ich mal, dass das Video etwas später rauskommt oder ich gucke, dass ich es irgendwie noch rauskriege. Keine Ahnung, wie ich es rausschmeiße, aber ich versuche es so schnell wie möglich. Heute wird es nur ein wenig knapp. Also, ja, es geht um CHIIKAWA. Again. Sie hat ja damals im Japan-Video gesagt, als nächstes möchte ich das CHIIKAWA-Café besuchen. Stattdessen besucht sie einen Park. Und so süchtig wie Jaiden nach CHIIKAWA ist? Das kann interessant werden. Außerdem die Spawnrate von diesem CHIIKAWA ist hierzulande extrem hochgegangen mit der Zeit. Also, great job, Jaiden. Du hast ganz schön die Pandoras Box aktiviert. Los geht's.
Back in April, CHIIKAWA started teasing their newest project, CHIIKAWA Park. Despite them not revealing any follow-up details at all, I was obviously foaming at the mouth.
Sie ist
Over the next
obsessed.
2 months, information
Mit dem Trinkvogel.
until finally, teaser photos. Oh my god.
Wir wissen, wie das enden wird.
Is real. I had to figure out how to go. But to anyone who knows how Japan works, you'd understand this is a much more difficult mission to accomplish than suggested, because practically everything is executed through randomized lotteries. You can't just camp a website and refresh 5 times a second in hopes of being the first to buy all the tickets to resell like the barbaric ways of the West.
Oh man.
Fly alongside 100,000 million people, then pray on your hands and knees to the gacha overlords, knowing you ultimately have no power in this world whatsoever. I lit my manifestation candles and
aber inzwischen sieht das Face der CHIIKAWA aus.
When I secured tickets. CHIIKAWA, thank you for shining your light down on me. I figured since I'm gonna be flying all the way back to Japan for the park, I might as well spend my time as surrounded by CHIIKAWA as I can. So I ended up turning it into the most jam-packed CHIIKAWA-themed trip I
Also heute sehen wir mal Jaiden Animation Wahnsinn wieder.
And I hopped on a plane and sped off to Tokyo to experience possibly
Ich mag gerade, dass der Wohnpartner das nicht nochmal mitmacht.
After landing, sleeping, and waking up bright and early, I was practically buzzing with excitement, knowing today was the day I was going to witness the most anticipated CHIIKAWA event the franchise has created yet. Equipped to live through the most memorable day of my life, we headed off to the park. As we were driving, my head was still buzzing with questions about what the event was even gonna be like. The promotion of the whole thing had been super secretive. I really didn't know what to expect going into it. The car pulled up, and we were greeted by giant CHIIKAWA and friends wrapped around the building. This is how I knew it was gonna be huge. Please prepare yourself. We walked through
wir wissen genau, dass das jetzt eskalieren wird.
That opened up to the welcoming first room. You could sit in Rocco's car, see Shisa and Ramen Yoroi-san chatting together, and even spot a cheeky little Momonga and Furuhonya. Also, naturally, there was a huge hats and
Geldbörse.
right out the gate, so you could walk around sporting your CHIIKAWA Ocean.
K-pop
I would say they went all out on the character headband selection. Almost every single guy in the series was there, including the random enemies. As someone who tends to like super obscure side characters in series, It warmed my heart. Deeper into the room, you can find a real-life replica of CHIIKAWA's actual home. Please don't disturb them too much, though. They're very busy studying for their reading exam. Good luck, CHIIKAWA. I know you can do it this time, buddy. What was super
Oh, man.
cool was the specialized little photo booths they had. You and a friend, or if you're a lone wolf CHIIKAWA enjoyer, that's cool too, sit down at one of the logs and are given the option to take a photo with either CHIIKAWA, Hachiware, or Usagi. Whichever character you choose pops out to join your photo with their own personalized animation, which was such a wonderfully cute attention to detail.
Okay.
Sarah and I both freaked out when a shy little CHIIKAWA shuffled its way over to us, and everyone in the room watched as we took photo after photo after photo, squealing at every single one. Walking by, we encountered a helpless Hachiware stuck in a ditch. Besides sitting there with him while he yelled for help, there was unfortunately nothing we could do for this poor fella as we stared at our own pitiful reflections above us. Knowing they recreated and built a part of the manga that made me cry gave me a very strange mixture of bittersweet feelings, but ultimately it was too cute to fully question the morality of it.
Oh, man.
Into the next section, you have to wander your way through the discombobulating mirror maze of the nightmare.
Mirror Maze. Ja, damit habe ich Erfahrung. Ouch, 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 sag ich da nur.
All sorts of disorienting patterns. Everything was super
Boah, das sieht ja aus, als hätte man, naja, zu viel Zucker heute genommen.
I stumbled out of the very humbling maze eventually, but as staff came over and gave us CHIIKAWA-themed 3D glasses, we realized we weren't safe yet, as there were multiple screens of various enemies hacking and slashing and call fat spitting in our direction. You really don't realize how many evil, treacherous creatures there are in this series until you sit in front of every single one as they try to get you. In fact, I'm realizing now a lot of the experiences CHIIKAWA Park puts you through are the evil, messed up, life-threatening parts. True CHIIKAWA fans know the series isn't all sunshine and rainbows like you'd expect looking at it from the outside, but that is the part about CHIIKAWA that I love the most. Even in the most wholesome of lands where there can be giant rivers of miso soup, meadows of plants bearing toasted buns, and friendly neighbors that just want to buy cute pajamas, you can still get hit with 8 whole days being kidnapped, starved, and thrown in goblin jail for eating the wrong stupid-ass mushroom.
Oh,
Such is life.
okay.
Don't stress too much though. As you can see, things find a way of working out as the giant Cyclops Ode thrashes his way through the goblins at true scale. I really liked this section. After you all nearly escape being eaten by goblins, you're led into the shelter of a nearby temple. CHIIKAWA and
Kein bisschen
Hachiware
gruselig.
share curious looks, innocently wondering what could await them ahead. And as you pull back the curtain of the next room, oh, it's the evil, dark, and twisted snake that curses everyone with eternal yearning for the mines, already amassing an endless hallway of brainwashed civilians. Which masochist on the design team pitched this one? Who was it? No, they crystallized Usagi. There's a tried and true hater amongst the CHIIKAWA Park designers. And honestly, they deserve a raise. As you try to hurry
Bitte was?
out of the temple, Hachiware is seen having to unsheathe his tiny claws in self-defense of a guard. Up ahead, CHIIKAWA hides behind a mirror as the snake tries to zap them with his crystallizing gaze. It's implied the beam reflects off the mirror and kills the snake, but they don't specifically show it.
Ja, wie? Das sind nur Figuren. So ist auch der Pokémon-Park aufgebaut werden, der noch kommen tut.
Everyone is busted up and bruised, but finally free to leave the malevolent temple. What lies past these doors? Well, with the craziest luck, we happened to be there as CHIIKAWA and Momonga were out that day to greet people.
Ausgerechnet die...
Right then and there in front of every single employee. Hi, Momonga. I'm a big fan. Don't listen to what the people are saying about you on the internet. They were so cute and energetic, and they even
Ausgerechnet ihre 2 Lieblinge.
fans of their own favorite or related characters. Any knowers? After many, many photos with our fave, I don't care if you hate him, you can pry Momonga away from my cold dead fingers. We were led upstairs to the 2nd floor of the park, and as we ascended, my jaw was left behind. The entire second floor of CHIIKAWA Park was completely dedicated to custom, exclusive, never before seen
Das
CHIIKAWA
wird wieder teuer.
which, yes, does imply the full story of the walkthrough experience on the first floor is you living peacefully in the world of CHIIKAWA, getting trapped in an inconceivable nightmare maze, somehow escaping only to find yourself being jumped by every violent creature within a 10-mile radius, being thrown in goblin jail, breaking out and running away to a nearby temple, finding yourself surrounded by enslaved creatures controlled against their will to do grueling manual labor for eternity by an evil snake that crystallizes one of your best friends, watching poor anxious CHIIKAWA pushed to kill in order to release the curse, and everyone escaping within an inch of their lives. I literally could not have written it better myself. That is quite literally the best representation of the series you could possibly present. And as a treat for getting through all of it, you can now spend all of your money. To say it was overwhelming is an understatement. There were 5 whole organized areas for shopping and merch. The CHIIKAWA section had big plushies, small plushies, keychain plushies, plushie slap bracelets. The characters came
Ihr habt doch einen Ersatzcover mitgenommen, oder?
and it was very pleasing on the eyes.
Obwohl, der wird nicht reichen. Wir wissen, was in Japan passiert ist.
Around decorative items and collectibles, pens, necklaces, notebooks, tote bags, more keychains of quite literally every character in the series. Household items like plates, glasses, utensils, this really
Ja, in Japan kriegt man die Charaktere, die man hierzulande zum Beispiel niemals finden
Over
würde.
in Usagi's shop, they had apparel, lots of cute shirts, jackets, socks, and literally my favorite item of the entire store, the character backpacks. They're the perfect size, so freaking cute, and you can show off more of your plushies in the front pocket. Yes, I got the Momongo one. You'll have to kill me to silence my truth. Across the floor was
Ja,
the
war klar.
for popcorn, cookies, various other snacks. But the part that stopped Sarah and I in our tracks was this custom keychain maker section. There were so many charm options, letters, shapes, characters, references. Sarah and I spent like 15 minutes sitting on the floor together trying to figure out what we even wanted to make. There were too many possibilities. This was probably a lot to digest all at once. So to take a little breather, we can play the little carnival games around the corner. Meatball Korogashi is simple. Roll meatballs down the chute to try and get it in the skee ball hole. You get a trial roll, which Sarah and I both sunk, and then 3 real meatball rolls, which Sarah and I both utterly failed. In the other game, Kumonosu Catcher, you had to fling the butterfly-ified CHIIKAWA, Hachiware, and Usagi into spider webs. Kinda messed up, but look, I'm here to win. That ain't a single one in the net. I was just trying to keep them safe. Sarah actually got one in and won a giant CHIIKAWA pillow. Questionable morality yet again being presented in this twisted establishment, but God, it's a good pillow. CHIIKAWA Park is such a wonderful celebration of the franchise, and I'm so happy it's been successful enough to earn such a grand building and experience. There are so many little details crafted with love and dedication that any CHIIKAWA fan would appreciate, and the inclusivity of all the characters means there's something for fans of any creature. Yes, even that evil goddamn star that I want to splat with a fly swatter. Alright, well, that's,
What?
Why are you... You're looking at me...
Der Merch Store? Der Merch Store?
I don't know what you want from... Okay, yes, we got a shit ton of merchandise.
Ja!
Sarah and I frolicked around the merch.
Es war so klar.
Jaiden in a CHIIKAWA shop. It took like 15 minutes for the employees to ring up each of the walls. Everyone was happy for us and encouraged us to get things, but Sarah and I couldn't help but visibly succumb to the shame. With what broken Japanese I knew, I tried to make conversation with the clerks while we waited. Sumimasen. CHIIKAWA daisuki. Hazukashi. If you're wanting to see the CHIIKAWA Park Hall, you're getting a bit ahead of yourself because you might have forgotten we still have more CHIIKAWA locations to go to.
Wait,
There's
what?
More. so much more to add to the final haul. Next up was the CHIIKAWA ramen shop. The theming of everything was
Jetzt
so
ist sie
fun.
doch im
It was
Restaurant.
just like a little Japanese ramen
Sie
spot
hat's
with
doch
all the
gemacht.
characters designed to look like they were employees. And even the glasses and bowls were specifically designed to match the atmosphere. Sarah ordered a Momonga soda, which looked like she enjoyed, and I couldn't help myself from ordering a Kurumanju beer. Yes, it was noon. Yes, I don't really like beer. And yes, I get drunk way too easily. But I simply could not pass up the opportunity to have a taste of Kurumanju's iconic favorite beverage. While I very carefully sipped on my breakfast, the staple and only food option of the restaurant arrived. The CHIIKAWA ramen. Since it has pork in it, I
Ich mag Ramen.
unfortunately chose to abstain. Sarah got to eat it though and said it was delicious, so I believe her on that one too. Also, I think I'm drunk now. Luckily, the shop was right across from us as we walked directly into the CHIIKAWA cafe. And thank the Lord, because I needed something other than alcohol in my stomach. Sarah and I were fawning over the menu because not only was there more variety, but everything was so cute. Momonga Furuhonya jelly beverage, CHIIKAWA yogurt drink,
Oh Mann, übertreib!
spicy CHIIKAWA curry, usagi flan, Momonga parfait,
Ja, solche japanischen Cafés hauen richtig rein.
Look at this menu, you guys! Humanity has peaked! We took turns tasting everything, and it was surprisingly all pretty good. Nothing was bland, none of the desserts were too sweet. I've seen some comments that the curry was a bit too spicy, but honestly, I respect the cafe's commitment to an actually higher than average spiciness, especially when it's colored bright red. By the way, the special cafe collectibles were so cute. Everyone had a little cafe uniform.
Number money in the trash.
Since we'd finished up our meals, we hit up the CHIIKAWA store in the Tokyo Station Character Street, as well as the CHIIKAWA Land shop in Shinjuku, which were both simpler, but still very great.
Was ist das? Ein Toys R Us für CHIIKAWA?
Go through and appreciate every section of every aisle. So even though they can be seen comparatively as just, you know, typical shops, you can imagine we spent lots of time there too. You know, despite us going to so many CHIIKAWA locations, nothing ever felt repetitive. Even with the small little shops, CHIIKAWA is somehow just so incredibly locked in on making great merch. I don't know how in the world they do it. Plus, they're constantly spitting out more and more. I thought getting into Miku was awful for my wallet, but I'm sorry, CHIIKAWA. I didn't clock how much skin you had in the game. Alright, so the next place we were headed to is the one Sarah and I were the most excited for, obviously besides the park. The CHIIKAWA Bakery. And it absolutely did not disappoint. The design of the shop was divine. From the colors to the spread of characters, all the way down to the actual baked goods. Oh, it was like nothing we'd seen before. And at this point, we had seen a lot of CHIIKAWA, so you can imagine how much weight that statement has. The treats looked so beautiful inside the display, and there were a ton more options than I was expecting. Everything was, of course, really good. I really liked the matcha momonga croissant. I thought the Kurumanju red bean bun was the funniest little guy because it just looks exactly like him. I have consumed his beer, and now I have consumed him. Admittedly, Sarah and I absolutely lost a lot of control over the bakery's merch. Every few minutes, one of us would be like, no, I can't justify buying this thing, even though I really like it. Buy it, you'll statistically never come back here ever again. You're right. This was the perfect day. I woke up, was surrounded by CHIIKAWA for 12 hours straight, and then went to sleep. But
Ja,
I'm
zeig's
sure
endlich.
you want to see the damage. Alright, you've been patient.
Zeig den Damage.
Witness the spoils of our CHIIKAWA adventures through CHIIKAWA Park, shop, cafe, bakery, Tokyo Station, and store. I admit, it looks pretty extreme, but I have an
Das sieht aus wie eine ganze Auslage auf der Dokumi bei einem Stand. Ernsthaft? Das ist fast das Sortiment eines Dokumi-Stands.
To, in a way, celebrate this experience with them. I was only able to bring Sarah along for this trip, but given the opportunity, there would have been so many more people by my side for it. Just that thought alone hit me a bit hard and made me feel really grateful. I grew up with, at the time, pretty niche and uncommon interests, and for the longest time didn't really know what it was like to actually be able to bond with people over shared fixations. Over time, I made friends that got me into their favorite franchises, but CHIIKAWA felt like the first time I was able to get them into my favorite thing. And have them
Ja,
genuinely enjoy
sie
it.
hat wirklich
Often
was
people in my life
ausgelöst.
take the time to actually get into the manga or anime, talk to me about their favorite characters, send me CHIIKAWA art or memes they found and wanted to share. It felt really new, and I guess I just didn't realize how special it could be to me. So I wanted to spoil as many friends as I could, and given how insane the haul in the end was, it actually made me digest how many friends were impacted by my general excitement, and how many people I can share a mutual interest with now. Any character you saw in the pile that wasn't CHIIKAWA, and in some cases Momonga, was meant to be someone in my life that I got sucked into the franchise alongside me. A symbol of someone who I've spent hours talking to over this little thing, and someone that's made me feel really appreciated for simply taking the time to give my favorite thing a try for the first time. To break up the sappiness, I will mention that as soon as I finished setting up this giant wall of CHIIKAWA merchandise to record that shot, Sarah brought her Japanese aunt and cousin over
Oh,
to our
boy.
hotel room. So these two wonderful, normal ladies who did not speak a lick of English walked into Sarah's friend, frantically hunched over a giant hoard of probably
boy.
the most
Was für ein bad timing.
weed they'd ever seen in their entire lives. Without being able to explain it all. Hugo Tomodachi. Tomodachi. Since my last CHIIKAWA video, I've seen more and more people finally get into this series as well, and it makes me so happy. It's a long way out, but I hope that one day America can have even a fraction of a CHIIKAWA park that Japan has built, because it's awesome. Thank you for watching, happy end of the year, and long live CHIIKAWA.
Die wievielte Werbung ist das? Oh Mann. Tja, CHIIKAWA hat sich auch hier in Deutschland öfters mehr jetzt blicken lassen. Aber, tut mir leid, Jaiden, ich spring nicht auf den Zug auf. Ich bleib bei Miko. Wie du schon sagtest, ist teuer genug. Ja, ich werde bei Miko bleiben. CHIIKAWA ist nichts für mich. Aber jeder hat andere Interessen und man muss es akzeptieren. Ich bin mehr die Miko-Person. Und damit bedanke ich mich fürs Zusehen. Bleibt sozial, lasst da und bye!